But as far as the death penalty goes, from a moral standpoint, I'm opposed to the death penalty. At least the way that it's set up, I think that if we're going to have the death penalty, the government shouldn't do it. If a family member wants to do it, let them
Jesus
go ahead
Christ.
and do it.
He's like, we want to go back to lynchings. You
No,
know, like,
I
or
just
we
say,
want to just go back to fucking self-help.
If somebody's sentenced to death, if somebody kills somebody in your family, the court should say, okay, you're eligible for the death penalty. Danny, you want to do it?
But now,
And if you don't,
I think that opens up a fucking whole
It does.
load of problems.
it does, because nobody's going to aim for the heart. So, but the second thing is that, yeah, if you're in charge like that, whether you approve of the death penalty or not, it's there. And a jury had decided that these people should be sentenced to death.
Right.
And a lot of people don't understand with the death penalty, it's not just every murder case that is eligible for the death penalty.
It's a pain in the ass to get the death penalty.
Yeah, it has to be heinous, atrocious, cruel. There have to be aggravating factors that make it more than just a murder. So if somebody walks up to, if I just shot you, all right, one time, you don't know it's coming, that's probably not a death penalty case.
Right.
All right? These have to be premeditated, heinous, atrocious, cruel,
Some
multiple
of these guys
victims.
that got pardoned,
Yeah.
the worst shit I've ever, like Hannibal Lecter type shit,
Yeah.
like real.
They got
No,
commuted.
and when I say pardon, you're right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Zach and Dan. They're very pro-Biden, though.
I just want to make sure, because people are going to jump all over the
You're right, you're right. They weren't pardoned. Saying the death penalty was pardoned, or commuted to the life.
Commuted to life without parole.
But still, again, people don't understand. Like you said, when you go to trial on a murder, right? And you just watched this with Nicholas Cruz, the shooter at Parkland, right?
Yeah, we're
there's
not
the
gonna get into
whole
that.
phase, and that's a whole other conversation, right? But there's a whole phase of the trial that has to do with guilt. That's the main part, right? But then it moves to the death phase, and the death phase is its own trial. It's like a own mini trial, and there's all these mitigating things that come in. Mitigating means things that like help the other side, like mental health, how many times it's happened, how heinous the crime was. So when you're commuting it, you're pardoning half the fucking trial by essentially doing that.
Well, I could put this whole thing in one big perspective. We're all trial lawyers. And the
Right.
first thing we do when we talk about picking jurors, when you pick a juror, the judge reads an instruction. You get asked this question as a juror. Whether you like the law or not, can you follow it? And that's a huge, huge thing. Because you may be like, listen, I think a long time ago when they used to prosecute marijuana, they would say, oh, you may be for marijuana. Right now it's against the law. If this case is about marijuana, can you still find him guilty if we prove all the facts? And if you can't, then you can't follow the law. You can't be a juror. So we ask that every single day of jurors, can you follow the law whether you like it or not? And Biden just went around that and said, I don't like the law. I'm not following it.
Right.
That he circumvented the whole system by doing that.
Right.
So we're asking this of everybody as a juror, but yet the President of the United States didn't do it himself.